Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? On today's show, we're going to take a look at the updated AFC playoff picture, the Chiefs' chances at getting that number one seed. We'll take a look at their remaining schedule and some other contending teams' remaining schedules as well, and just kind of break this down as we got 5 weeks to go here in the regular season. It goes by fast, doesn't it? Well, here is the updated AFC playoff picture right now. Buffalo sitting on top at 9-3, as are the Chiefs, but of course, the Bills won that head-to-head matchup, so they get the tiebreaker on that one. Chiefs, the 2 seed. Baltimore, the 3 seed at 8-4, but Lamar Jackson week to week with an injury with a partial PCL tear, so he's expected to miss at least some time. Tennessee looks like they're going to win the AFC South, but they're not really a factor for that top seed at this point as they sit at 7-5. Cincinnati, Miami could still be in the mix for the number one overall seed as they are 8-4, just behind Buffalo and Baltimore in their respective divisions. And then the Jets at 7-5 currently have the 7 seed with New England and the Chargers at 6-6. And then lurking at 5-7 are the Raiders, the Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you look at the Chiefs' remaining schedule here as they got 5 games to go. I told you last week the Bengals one was the big one, and of course they couldn't get it done. But the good news is still have a good chance to win out as they go to Denver and Houston the next 2 weeks. 2 games, they should handle their business pretty easily. Seahawks and Broncos at home. Maybe Seattle gives them a game. Denver doesn't worry me. And then at the Raiders have been hot. That could end up being a key game if Vegas keeps winning. But let's be clear, the Chiefs will be favored the rest of the way, and they certainly can win out. And I think there's a good chance that they will win out. And if they do and get to 14-3, pretty good chance they're going to get the number one overall seed because that just means Buffalo has to win or tie one of it, or lose or tie one of its remaining games. Also, just for an AFC West note, the Chiefs can clinch the AFC West this week with a win plus a Chargers loss. So still very, very close to clinching the division, as that will happen at some point, but it actually could happen as soon as this week. Now, will the Chiefs get the number one seed in the AFC? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I still think they have a good chance to do so. We'll take a look at some other contender schedules to see how realistic it actually is. So Buffalo, who currently has the number one seed in the AFC, has this remaining schedule. Jets and Dolphins the next 2 weeks at home. Yes, at home, but 2 teams that can compete with them, 2 teams that the Bills have actually already lost to. So that's tricky. At Chicago, game they should handle, but Justin Fields has been close in a lot of games, so I wouldn't just say that's a gimme. At Cincinnati in Week 17, that's the big one, and then the Patriots at home in Week 18. But you look at this, that schedule is much tougher than the Chiefs' remaining schedule. Like, odds would tell you that Buffalo is likely to lose at least 1 game. Now, they're could be favored in all 5 of their remaining games. It's certainly possible that they could win out, but at Cincinnati, Miami at home is going to be tough. Like, there's going to be some matchups there that Buffalo could fall short in, and it only takes 1 loss. And then if the Chiefs win out, they get the number 1 seed in the AFC. So more to break down on this AFC playoff picture scenarios video, but first, you're probably wasting money. You didn't even realize that, but you probably are. Don't do it anymore. Rocket Money is going to help you save money as you move forward, because do you know how much your subscriptions really cost? The answer is you probably don't, as most Americans think they only spend around $80 per month on subscriptions when the actual total is closer to $200 or more dollars. That's right. You could be wasting hundreds of dollars each month on subscriptions you don't even know about. There's this app I love using. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as True Bill, to help save me money. This app shows you all of your subscriptions in one place when you sign up, then cancels whatever subscriptions you don't want anymore. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. You may even find out that you've been double charged for a subscription, and to cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. That is rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. Start cutting your costs today. If you look at all your subscriptions on the Rocket Money app and you're like, I don't watch Hulu anymore, I don't use Prime Video anymore, you click cancel. They take care of the rest for you. It's rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat, formerly known as Truebill. Save your money today. All right, let's take a look at the current number 3 seed, the Baltimore Ravens, and their remaining schedule. Again, Lamar's going to miss some time here. So at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, Deshaun Watson back in the fold for the Browns. Didn't look great in his first game. We'll see how he plays moving forward. Week 16 against the Falcons at home. Steelers at home in Week 17, at Cincinnati Week 18. So not a gauntlet per se, but with Lamar missing time, you figure they're going to lose at least one more game, which would give them a 5th loss. They don't really worry me in the pursuit for the number 1 seed. Now, if Lamar gets healthy for the playoffs, that could be a dangerous team, but the Chiefs have really matched up well with them over the years, so even in the playoffs, they don't concern me. But in the mix for the number 1 overall seed especially, I'm not concerned. They barely won last week, lost to the Jags a couple weeks ago. I think they're going to at least lose one more time, and I don't think the Chiefs lose more than once the rest of the way. Bengals remaining schedule. With them beating the Chiefs, they're only a game back now. Now they got to surpass Baltimore in the AFC North first, but if they can do that and get a loss from Kansas City, that could actually leapfrog the Chiefs as well. They got the Browns at home this week. That's an interesting one, as Cleveland really needs to keep winning to stay in the hunt. At Tampa Bay, we'll see which Bucs team shows up. Is it the team that balled out in the final 7 minutes on Monday Night Football, or is it that inconsistent group we've seen most of the season? We'll see. At New England, that's a tough game. Bills at home week 17, and then Ravens week 18. That game could determine the division. But that week 17 matchup is huge for the number 1 seed in the AFC, because I do think the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills are the 3 teams vying for that top seed. If the Bills beat the Bengals, that would pretty much eliminate Cincinnati and any contention for that top seed. But if the Bengals beat the Bills, that could be the one loss the Chiefs need from Buffalo that keeps Kansas City or gets them back to that top seed in the AFC. So that Week 17 matchup is kind of a semi-elimination game in terms of who's going to get the top seed, so keep an eye on that here in about a month. Who's going to win the AFC North? Type CIN for Cincinnati, BAL for Baltimore, as they're both 8-4 right now. I think the Bengals are going to win it, even though the Ravens' schedule is slightly easier. Cincinnati's trending up. Baltimore's been kind of trending down. I'll go with the Bengals to win that division. Subscribe to the Chiefs Report if you want the latest Chiefs news and rumors. If you want that on your YouTube feed, subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you always get notified when we publish a video. We're publishing content all the time here at the Chiefs Report, so don't miss any of our coverage. So you look back at this playoff picture now. We've kind of broken down the Chiefs' remaining schedule, the Bills, the Ravens, and the Bengals. Still got a couple more that I want to look at, but just kind of a fresh reminder there of who's still in the mix. Houston, by the way, officially eliminated last week, or maybe even the week before. They have been mathematically eliminated from contention. All right, let's take a look at the Dolphins now, who lost last week but are very much still in the hunt at 8-4. They're only a game back of Buffalo, who they already beat once. So if they can beat the Chargers this week and then beat the Bills again next week, they would actually overtake the Bills in the AFC East once again. But that's a tough two-game stretch there. We get to see Tua versus Herbert this week, and then Tua versus Josh Allen next week. Packers in Week 16. Where are the Packers at that point? They're kind of lurking in the NFC at 5-8, but not much of a factor. At New England Week 17, and then the Jets at home Week 18. They got some big matchups. I mean, every game except for that Packers game is an AFC playoff picture implication game, right? The Chargers, the Bills, the Patriots, the Jets, they're all in the hunt, and they're all vying for different seeds in the AFC. So Miami's got some big ones coming up. At 8-4, they can't rest on their laurels. They need to knock down some of these opponents in the coming weeks. All right, and then the Titans, who not really a factor for that top seed, but they're getting closer to potentially putting away the AFC South. As we progress here, Jacksonville this week is a game to get back on track after they've lost 3 in a row. At the Chargers in Week 15, that's a big game for the Chargers, especially kind of in the hunt for the wild card. Texans Week 16, Cowboys Week 17, and then at Jacksonville. Titans really only need to win like 2 more games to put away the AFC South, beat the Jags at least once, and the Texans, that would do just that. So we'll see where Tennessee ends up. Obviously, AFC South, not a very good division this year. Now, are the Titans contenders or pretenders in the AFC? Type C for contender, P for pretender. I think it's pretender. I think we've started to see this team slip a little bit, and I don't view them as a real contender to win the AFC. So there you go. Some kind of scenarios, some schedule breakdowns. As you know, we're getting closer and closer. We got 5 weeks to go until the regular season wraps up, and then we'll find out who gets that number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the NFL playoffs. So and a first round bye. That's key too. Since the NFL went to that 7-team in each conference format, getting the number 1 seed is even more critical because you get a first-round bye, which is very, very helpful. All right, subscribe to the channel. We'll have more videos to come throughout the week leading up to this Sunday's game against the Broncos. Might have a preview video tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow's video ends up being. So subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you can find out what kind of content we bring you. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.